Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of A Brew for Two podcast. I'm your host, Brad, along with my co-host, Derek.
No.
And we have made it to episode number 60.
Yeah.
60 episodes since we've been doing this since last year. We got lots to talk about tonight. Not a lot as last week.
No.
But we got a few items.
It's been a slow week.
It
also might be the last one for a bit because who knows what the hell's going to happen next week if we go into gray zone.
Mm-hmm.
This will be illegal, technically.
Yes, it would.
And we definitely wouldn't do anything. Nope.
We definitely won't just do what other podcasters do and just do Zoom podcast or Google Meet podcast now because they can't.
I mean, actually, we could.
We could, but we're not going to.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Mostly because your laptop doesn't have a USB plug, so
yes,
you can't plug a microphone into it.
No, I cannot. But yeah, so it's our 60th episode.
Yep.
Got a little bit. Last week we had the Disney's Investors, the Game Awards. This week, none of that. So.
No, it's been a slow week as far as things have gone.
Yeah, so let's get into our weeks. Well, my week has been a good week. But I saw a friend. Well, she's not really a friend. She's just somebody I follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she posted something saying sex work is not a trend.
Yeah, it is. It's very much so a trend at this point.
Yes, it is. That's what I said. I just she's like, sex work is not a trend. I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
the OnlyFans has only gone up since it started, basically.
Well, before OnlyFans, I couldn't even name 5 people
that do it.
That do it.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely not.
I could name one person because she went to my high school and now she's a stripper.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah,
2 people.
I mean, yeah, no, before OnlyFans, yeah, no, I know nobody.
But
nobody. There you go.
But now I can name 5 people.
I can't even still name. Well, I can name one, but that's about it.
I can name 5 people who live in this region.
Yeah.
That do it.
Yeah. I'd say that classifies as a trend. It's more and more girls are doing it. It's not really guys.
Well, the thing is,
there are guys on there.
There are guys on there, but
mostly women.
But the thing is, it became a trend because girls are like, I don't have to get a job. All I have to do is post feet pictures online, and I'll get money from strangers.
Yeah. The world works in weird ways.
Yeah.
So I wish if I could post feet pic and I get money for it, I think I would.
Yeah, and it's just, and this got me down a route where OnlyFans girls are taking advantage of guys.
Oh, 100%.
That have confidence issues.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's just because anytime I sign up, it's because I'm feeling low, I'm feeling down, and I see a sexy girl on TikTok, and and I see her link tree, and I'm just yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, but who would spend $50 on it though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who would do that?
Not this guy.
Definitely not you. No, definitely not you.
But I just looked at, and I guess Instagram is taking a stand on sex workers being on Instagram.
Okay, then you gotta take down every single suicide girl account then.
Yeah.
Which they're not gonna do. It drives people to the site.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing it.
It's not against.
I said, those 5 people I know that are sex workers.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans.
Yeah.
They have all posted on Instagram saying, Instagram is shutting down sex workers' profiles. So if
it doesn't violate terms of service, then they can fight it.
I think they changed their terms and services.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what you do for an occupation.
Yeah.
It doesn't as long as you're not posting nude content, which is basically it. That should be fine.
They're complaining because that's all they do on Instagram is they post lewd content on their stories and say.
Well, lewd content's one thing, but nude content's a totally different story.
Well, I'm talking about not just nude, not they don't post nude, they post lewd content, which is
Yeah.
which is like them in a bra and panties, and
Like if
sending a link to their website.
If someone like Riley Reid hasn't gotten taken off there, they're not.
I think like porn stars are different though.
How? They do the same thing. They're also doing OnlyFans. Like, there's nothing different. In fact, they're doing shit that's way more out there than any of these OnlyFans girls.
Yeah,
like,
it's true. True. Good point.
So, I don't know. It could have just been somebody, like maybe one of their friends happened to post something that had some nudity in it, and that's why their account got taken down. Like, they can't take it down without any just cause. Like, they have to have a reason to take it down.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be like, oh, I'm an OnlyFans girl. Yeah, no account for you. That's not.
But like, I see these girls like I see these girls also all the time getting their accounts deleted. Like,
well, a lot of the time, too, it's probably Instagram's algorithm where like some idiots are reporting their stuff when there's no nudity in it and saying there is, right?
Or some idiot gets mad at them because.
Yeah, because they didn't send him feet pics or something like that, and he gets pissed off and starts reporting every photo they have.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been on my mind this week. Where like sex workers being a trend, and it has been a trend for a while now. This is not new. It's not just because of OnlyFans. I'm sure OnlyFans did.
Oh, no, we have Patreon before that, but
Patreon.
I would definitely say that 2020, with everybody being under lockdown and everything, has definitely exacerbated it. Like it's definitely just grown like crazy.
Well,
because everyone's at home, and that's I'm at home.
I remember like going on Tinder and like getting bots and being like those bots sending a link.
Yeah.
And you click the link and it would be a sketchy ass website.
Yeah.
Now it's like the link is OnlyFans.
Why are you clicking the link?
I never clicked the link.
How would you know it goes to a sketchy ass website?
What?
Then you just assume it goes to a sketchy ass website?
I assume it goes to a sketchy ass website because it's usually a sketchy ass link to begin with.
I would hope you wouldn't have clicked any of those links.
That's
how you get a virus. Do not click those links.
That's that's the odd time I have, like I by mistake I have before. Yeah. By mistake, and it's just like, oh shit, what did I do? And then I just kind of just turn off my computer or reset everything. I'm just like, nope.
That's not how that works.
No,
as soon as you click the link, you can have a virus. Doesn't matter if you reset your computer or not.
I'm like, oh no, spam. But like but it was always a sketchy ass website.
It always is, yeah.
It always is. OnlyFans though has taken the sketchiness out of it.
Yeah.
Where you can easily sign up, you can easily put your credit card information on there. You can easily.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if Patreon did the same thing, then like all these girls would just be on Patreon. But Patreon doesn't condone nudity or sex work, I guess. I don't know how their shit works. Because there are some people on there that do that kind of stuff, and they're still on there. But then some people tried to do it on there, and then they had to go to OnlyFans because they couldn't post it on Patreon. It's very weird. But yeah, but those are that's what like I've been thinking about this week. Also, I'm on holidays now, so yeah. And till who knows when? Who knows when? Because might be off again until September. Fordsy, he's mulling over the 3 week Christmas. Yeah, I think they're gonna shut everything down. Yeah. Well, I don't think you guys are gonna go back to school in January. You'll probably be off till September again. But you'll be getting paid. No, I'll be getting paid. So, but I don't think it's gonna be that long again. I don't think it's gonna. I think it will be from January maybe till March, and then we'll see where we're at in March. Yeah, well, yeah, it all depends on the vaccines coming over, right? That's pretty much what it depends on now. How many people have it? Yeah. But. The vaccines are coming out. Yeah, they already have 185,000. Did you hear what the NHL is trying to do though? Because they have money, they're thinking they can bypass everybody to get the shot. No one gives a fuck about the NHL. Sorry. Yeah. People are fans of sports for sure. No one gives a fuck about you that much. Like, no. You are not above health workers and shit. Yeah. You play a fucking sport for money. Come on. Yeah. Give me a break. Yeah, but they're trying to do that. They're trying to be like, hey, we have money, we can pay you. Well, they can throw their money all around, but it's the government that has the last say. It's nothing to do with anybody else. But here's the thing: like we as a society
we idolize hockey players and basketball players and football players.
For some reason, yeah.
We idolize like movie stars and like we don't watch sports.
No.
But we idolize like somebody like Chris Pratt or
oh yeah, but I wouldn't be like, oh no, yeah, he has to get his vaccine first so he can go and do another TV show. I don't care.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't. He's not a priority. He's not a healthcare worker.
Do I miss watching my shows right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But also we're in a pandemic
because we're home and it's just like nothing to do, basically, right? It's just
so. Do other people enjoy their sports? They do. But I don't think they enjoy them that much where they're all on board of having the NHL get their shot, vaccine, get vaccinated.
And so if they are, they need to have some serious life, like, rearranging. Oh, yeah. If you're like, yes, they have to get the vaccine first so they can play games. So we have something to watch on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the idea about it. That's how these CEOs of like their sports teams are thinking about it. Where
it's all money, right? It's just, we have all this money, we can throw it at you. Cool. You got to contend with the Canadian government because they're the ones getting the vaccines. Mm-hmm. You're not buying them from Pfizer. They're coming straight to Canada and going straight to people who have to get it first. Like, not going to your hockey teams.
And I remember the teacher that I work with. He had a class debate on whether or not the elderly people should get it first.
Yeah.
And a lot of the students, they're grade 7 students. So
yeah,
of course their answers are gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
So and a lot of the guys in the class were saying, like, oh, they're old, they're gonna die anyway.
Well,
there's a point to that.
Yeah,
there is a point to that.
Yeah,
but
honestly, realistic.
If you were like, should elderly people get it first? Yes.
Realistically, the people who are working in those places should get it first because they're the ones going in and out of that place. The elderly people are not leaving that place.
But also,
right?
Also, like.
It should just be the people who are in those places and the healthcare workers getting everything first.
If you made that into a smaller population, you didn't say elderly. You said if your grandmother, should she get the vaccine first? Your answer would change to yes.
No, mine would be no because I know where my grandmother is right now. I'm not worried about her ever getting this.
She's on the farm, right?
She's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
For me, it's a little different. Like,
I'm not saying
if it's my mom's mom, yes, because she lives in basically a retirement home place, not a retirement home, but like a seniors building in Dunnville.
Yeah,
but Dunnville also has no cases.
But like, I wasn't saying your grandmother specifically.
Yeah.
I was saying like you tell a kid, should your grandmother get the vaccine before anybody else?
Yeah.
And then his answer would probably change to yes instead of no, elderly people shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quite a debate we had that day in class.
It sounds like it would have been, yeah.
Yeah, it was. But like the vaccines are already across the river.
Yeah. Well, they're already here.
They're already here, yeah.
We already got 180,000 or something like that in Canada. Another 500,000 by January or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
anywho, we have some little bit of news. Me and Derek watched a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog movie last night.
We did, yeah. We should probably finish it tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna finish it tonight.
From what we watched of it, it made me chuckle, so it's not bad.
Yeah, that's the line between good and bad, where it's like if it makes me chuckle, it's at least here.
It's at least this level.
Yeah.
And you know what the thing is too, like after everything that was going down with that movie, after like seeing all the screenshots of like what he looked like before he had the big eyes, I'm definitely glad the one with they changed to the bigger eyes, because like it would have been so weird if you had little human eyes. Like
so weird. I don't.
I think I will say one more thing though. I do think Jim Carrey's a little bit over the top. I think he's a little bit much as Eggman. Like
I think Eggman is a little bit over the top villain to begin with.
I mean, yeah, a little bit, yeah, but he just seems a bit much, a little bit much.
Yeah.
I like Jim Carrey, but he just
Jim Carrey is just playing Jim Carrey in that movie, his mask character.
Yeah, that is what I said last night. Like, yeah, that's the mask.
I don't really know too much about Sonic's origins, but I don't think he was adopted by an owl.
I mean, we could be wrong, but like, I don't know. I don't know anything.
And I was kind of thinking about what you said last night. Wasn't he genetically engineered?
That's what I had thought.
That's Crash Bandicoot.
Oh.
Crash Bandicoot is a genetically engineered bandicoot that can run at super speed. That can run really fast and jump on things.
Oh.
But Sonic was different, but I don't think he was adopted by an owl.
No, I don't think he was.
Because the beginning of that movie seemed a lot like Guardians of Ga'Hoole with Sonic the Hedgehog. Guardians of Ga'Hoole was a book that was turned into a movie that was like it was kind of like Harry Potter but with owls.
Okay.
And they made a movie of it. The band Owl City did the soundtrack for it. But yeah. But this movie is actually supposed to be the first in many Sonic movies. Because apparently we haven't gotten there yet, but apparently there's a kind of a Easter egg at the end that could possibly lead to the sequel, and I believe that Easter egg is Knuckles.
Oh, okay.
I've read.
Well, probably Knuckles or Tails, one of the two. Yeah.
I think it's Knuckles. I'm actually surprised that. Well, like I said, we just watched the first little bit.
Yeah, we ain't getting through all of it because they're both like just passed out. I'm passed out on the couch. He's passing out in the freaking chair. It's like, yeah, no.
He's like, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. Yeah. We remember when in our earlier 20s. I was just thinking about you're gonna be turning 29 in like a month and a half.
Yeah, shut up.
But in our earlier 20s, we would be out on a Friday night till like 2-3 a.m.
Oh, we closed down the bars.
We would close down the bars. Like it was, and now we're going to bed at like 11.
Yeah.
Like 12. Like 12 is pushing it.
Well, the difference is we actually have just jobs. Back then we had jobs, but it wasn't.
We had jobs. We didn't like. I was telling my dad like it's so good that I can say my job I can call my career.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because this week I got benefits.
Yeah.
I got benefits and like I have dental now.
Yeah. You gonna use it?
Well, when my next dentist appointment, yeah. Which is like only twice a year.
Yeah.
But like who knew at 28 I would be feeling like an adult?
Yeah.
Who knew? Like I've been an adult for 10 years. Who knew? Like,
well, legally, yeah.
Legally, I've been an adult for 10
mentally,
years. Mentally, yeah, no.
Mentally, wasn't up until the last like 2 or 3 years.
There's a saying that like your 30s are the new 20s.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't up until I got my DZ and fucking got this started at Big Red. Like, I mean, really, if I wanted to, I could be a big restaurant, be a Big Red the rest of my life. I don't want to, but I could.
Yeah,
it is a career place if I wanted to make it into one, but I would. As of right now, I don't. But
you're still looking for that bigger fish.
I'm just looking for the place with actual benefits.
Yeah,
that's it. I don't care about anything else.
There's always a bigger fish. Yeah. But yeah, so like we're watching Sonic, and so far so good.
Yep.
Also, I caught the finale of The Mandalorian.
Oh, did you?
Season 2.
Are people crying at it?
Yeah, there's people crying, but I don't know. I wasn't big.
I still have yet to watch it, and I probably won't watch it.
It wasn't a big tug at my heartstring at all. It didn't tug at my heartstring at all.
I'll probably watch some like highlight story of it on YouTube at some point.
Well, there's a certain Jedi that appears at the season finale of Mandalorian. There's a certain Jedi that appears that like right away who it is. It didn't click for me.
Yeah.
That I knew who this was, and to a hint further, they use de-aging technology for this Jedi.
Oh.
Do you get it yet?
No.
So basically, spoiler alert, but like, spoilers are all over TikTok. So spoiler alert. Luke Skywalker is in the season finale of The Mandalorian season 2.
I thought this wasn't supposed to tie into any of the Star Wars movies.
No, it's The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi.
Oh, that's the picture I've been seeing with the X-wing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you actually see him or?
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
But like, he's not like schlubby Mark Hamill that.
No, he would have to be. He would have to look fairly young.
They use like a body double, and they put Mark Hamill's face on a body double. I'm pretty sure, and they use de-aging technology.
Yeah, I've seen the picture of the X-wing in the hangar, and
then R2-D2, and then they take Grogu away and stuff like that. I saw a hilarious TikTok actually, going back to Mandalorian season 2, where the TikTok was Grogu was saved by someone when Order 66 was happening. When he was not there when Anakin slaughtered the younglings.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw 2 hilarious TikToks today, where one was a voiceover of a John Mulaney stand-up sketch where he's just like, Grogu's somebody's talking to Grogu and it's like, where were you? I was sitting on that bench. And it's like, but all the younglings died, but I was sitting on that bench. And the other one was remember the Brian and Stewie Family Guy episode where Brian owed Stewie money and Stewie kept like beating up Brian?
Oh yeah, beating the crap out of him. Yeah.
So there was another one where Grogu's like walking past Anakin in the hallway and he's like, "Morning, sir." And he's like, "Oh, good day to you." And it's like, "Hey, wait a second."
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I guess they did that. I'm not really sure why they did, but
I guess it ties up some loose ends. The ending of season 2 tied up some loose ends that Star Wars Rebels that I've never watched.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So unless it has anything to do with the actual movies, it's not. It doesn't tell me anything. We already knew he left and went somewhere. That's about it.
And there's also a theory on the internet that Grogu is Yoda's kid.
It's very possible
because there is a female Yoda.
Yeah, Yodel.
Yaddle. Yodel. Yaddle. And they because
Grogu's like 50 years old. So
Yoda is like he's basically an endangered species.
Yeah.
His race there's very little. So him and Yaddle did the horizontal monster mash.
Yeah.
And Grogu was born because even though the Jedi they don't take wives, they don't have sex, they don't.
Yeah. Well, that was something for
they're abstinent basically.
Continuation of his species basically.
They're abstinent basically, but they take exceptions of people that of aliens and people that are on the endangered. They take exceptions to species that are endangered.
Yeah.
Like the one Jedi that has that weird head.
Yeah.
I forget. Yadi Mundi. He took a wife and kid and had a kid or something because his race was going extinct. So they were like, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So there's the theory that Yoda and Yaddle got it on and Grogu was born.
Yeah, it's very possible, yeah.
And yeah. What about your week? What have you been up to, Derek?
Not much. Work, World of Warcraft, and I bought Borderlands 3 today because it was on sale on Steam.
Oh, I also purchased Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, and you've been having issues with it. So.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time. But shall we get into the news?
Yep.
So our first up, Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show, is doing a reboot of Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh.
I've never watched the original Revenge of the Nerds.
No, they're funny.
They're funny.
Mm.
So Revenge of the Nerds reboot is moving forward. courtesy of Seth MacFarlane. MacFarlane is developing a new take on the classic comedy at 20th Century Studios with the identical twin comedians Keith and Kenny Lucas. You might have seen them in 22 Drum Street. They were the guys across the hall from Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. Set to star. The Lucas brothers are also co-writing the script with Alex Rubens. He's done work on Key and Peele, Twilight Zone, and Rick and Morty. And MacFarlane will produce under his Fuzzy Door Productions banner alongside Erica Higgins. I don't know where she's been. The Seth MacFarlane reboot will not be a straight remake of the 1984 movie, which has faced criticisms in the recent years. Its depictions because of its depiction of rape.
It's been years since I've watched any of these movies.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As far as I know, there's a bunch of them. There's like 4 or something like that, or 5. I don't know.
So like, yeah, Seth MacFarlane's reboot will not be like a straight remake. It might have some original ideas.
It'll probably have some like throwbacks to the original cast or whatever. Most of them are still around, but the first one was in 1984, so it was a long, long time ago.
The new Revenge of the Nerds is instead described as a contemporary reimagining that will pontificate about today's nerd culture and even constitutes a geek in the 21st century. So it seems like it's going to be a good time.
Probably. I mean, people who watch these movies growing up, they'll probably have some like references to the original cast and that kind of stuff.
They'll probably have some references to the original cast.
The people who are going to be in the movie will probably be like, "Oh, it's so and so's grandson" or something like that, or kid or whatever.
Or like, and that being said too. Like it said, like I said, it's going to be geek culture in the 21st century. So who knows, like, so it's going to be basically what geek culture in the 21st century is, because of the gaming boom that happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
And, because of the gaming, so there was gaming, it's going to be I don't really know too much about geek culture in the 21st century, to be honest with you.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They'll see what their interpretation of it is.
Yeah, we will, because I know it has most, not all, but most gaming.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I know. There's also pop culture nerds like me.
Yeah.
That spend their days on oh, what's new on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, what's new on Instagram? Oh, look at that. I always put that I know a lot about nothing.
I don't know. I know a little bit about everything.
I say I know a lot about nothing because I just know information that not too many people like to hear.
I know a little bit about everything. Just a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's one little thing. It's still something.
Yeah. Other news: the Lizzie McGuire reboot is officially dead. So Disney Plus's Lizzie McGuire reboot is officially dead, with star Hilary Duff confirming the sad news on social media. Duff rose to fame playing a teenage Lizzie McGuire on the Disney Channel from 2001 to 2004. And last year, news broke that she would return to the role in a reboot at Disney Plus. Duff would be joined by her former on-screen family members, Jake Thomas, Haley Todd, and Robert Carradine, as well as Adam Lamberg as Lizzie's friend / love interest Gordo. Production began in late 2019, and Liz McGuire was even included in Disney Plus's 2020's sizzle reel. Terry Minsky, who created the original series and would once again serve as showrunner, stepped away in January over creative differences. Her and Duff stated their beliefs that Lizzie McGuire should become a Hulu production instead of Disney Plus one. The main reason for this was because the two wanted to explore a more mature Lizzie McGuire. Seeing as she would be now in her 30s, there was hope for that a solution would be reached, but that apparently is no longer the case.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised that this is dead either.
Yeah.
I would have loved a Hilary Duff, a Lizzie McGuire show.
I think it would have just been another one of those like just nostalgia things. It wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, it would have just been another nostalgia thing. Yeah. But I don't think they wanted to do like right now. There's the That's So Raven remake.
Oh God,
with Raven as a mom and her 2 kids being psychic, and like she lives with like Chelsea, who also has like I don't know. Chelsea's in it too, the girl who plays. But like, I'm sure Hilary Duff didn't want it to be like that.
Well, unfortunately, that's the only way it was going to be. It wasn't.
Yeah,
she wasn't gonna,
that's the only way it was going to be.
It wasn't going to be about Lizzie McGuire anymore.
No,
like
it was going to
be. They tried to do that type of show, and it was called Roseanne, and it didn't work too well when she came back. Like,
no, it didn't. But like I would have rathered seeing the Hulu version of her in her 30s.
Yeah, something like that. Don't even call it Lizzie McGuire, call it something else, but like...
you would have to call it Lizzie McGuire, though, because then that's how you would get people to watch it.
Yeah, something maybe.
Have her as a working 30-year-old mother and make it like...
Yeah, make it like a sitcom drama or something like that.
Make it more of a dramedy than a sitcom. Because Lizzie McGuire was Lizzie McGuire was a dramedy / sitcom.
Yeah.
But it was more sitcom-y than drama.
Yeah.
But like I could see it like being like more like a drama where Lizzie McGuire is struggling. She might be married, she might be divorced. She might have a struggling mom with 2 kids.
Yeah, I mean they could do a lot with it, but it's just not surprising that the kid decided to cut it.
No,
it's really not.
It was supposed to be released with Disney Plus. It was supposed to when Disney Plus came out. Actually, now that I think about it, it's now been over a year of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So
pretty much right around this time, wasn't it?
November. It was released in November of 2019.
Yeah.
So Disney Plus has been around for a year now, and the content they're coming out with seems good. Because of last week's show, we talked about the content.
All the stuff they're going to be coming out with. Yeah.
Actually, you know what I just realized? So you know how people are up in arms about the Chris Evans being Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah.
Because Chris Evans is like, yes, Tim Allen was the toy Buzz Lightyear, but I'm the man Buzz Lightyear.
He was the voice of Buzz Lightyear. He wasn't even the toy. He was the voice.
Yeah, he was the voice of Buzz Lightyear, the toy. Yeah. But Chris Evans is playing Buzz Lightyear, the man.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it differently. This is the way that Disney's going to phase out Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear.
Well, they've already been doing that with everybody. Anybody who was involved in Lion King, they've pretty well phased out, except for obviously the guy who sings most of the songs. And even then, they did away with that. They have like Beyonce and shit in there now. The only original person I think is James Earl Jones.
Yeah,
he's playing the father.
Yeah,
he's the only original cast member in that. The same with that. Mulan probably the same way. Jungle Book for sure. They kept a lot of the same voices for like the animals, but some of them.
But that's different case though. That's a different case.
Well, this is a live action shit, and Buzz is gonna be another live action.
No,
thing.
It's not. It's gonna be an animated. It's gonna be animated.
Well, then they should get Tim Allen back then. I thought it was gonna be live action.
No, it's gonna be animated.
Oh, then they should have Tim Allen back then. There's no reason not to.
No, there's no reason not to. I agree with you completely. But this is Disney's way, because freaking at the end of Toy Story 4, Tom Hanks retired as Woody.
Yeah.
Like that was his riding off into the. He had his at the end of Toy Story 4. He goes off with Bo and it's like, I don't need a family anymore.
Yeah.
He kind of hung up his hat, rode off into the sunset.
I understand Hank's not coming back, but Woody's not going to be in this.
No.
So like, there's no reason for them to really not bring Tim Allen back.
But like
to do the voice,
Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear is not going to be anymore with this Chris Evans thing coming out, because that's going to be their way of Disney being like,
I like Chris Evans, so
go do another Christmas movie.
I'm fine with it.
Well, we'll see where it ends up.
The only people who are even going to notice are the people who know that Tim Allen voiced it,
which are us,
our generation.
30 30.
Anybody younger? No, they're not even going to realize it, really. Like, so.
Other than Hilary Duff's career as Lizzie McGuire, no longer the case. So we said earlier, Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. Well, we're now getting to the point of Cyberpunk 2077. The wake of the performance woes for Cyberpunk 2077 on older generation consoles like the base PS4 and Xbox One. CD Projekt Red promised players that they are eligible for a refund if they're not satisfied with the performance of the game. The only problem is let me repeat that. The only problem is actually getting the refund. On December 13th, the official Cyberpunk 27 Twitter account posted a message for fans apologizing for the performance issues players are experiencing on base PS4 and Xbox One consoles, and that more patches are coming that will improve the stability and performance of Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles. The statement ends with a pledge that anyone who has purchased a digital copy of 2077 can refund the game if they want for a limited time through PSN, Xbox, or local retail. So, but are they getting their refunds? Who knows?
I don't know. This whole thing is just, I think, ridiculous. I think they shouldn't even have bothered releasing it for the older generation.
No.
I think they should have just been for the next generation, and that should have been it. Because on the next generation consoles, it's fine.
Yeah.
On PC, it's fine.
Yeah. And it's a game made for PC anyway.
Oh, 100%. It's a game made for computers anyway. It's not
like
meant
for...
It's not meant for a console that came out 8 years ago. Like, it's not.
Yeah. You turn it on, and there's this, like... And the way, like, the control is, it's like... Yeah. It's like you have... You
have basically a mouse cursor for your thing. Yeah,
you have a mouse cursor that you have to drag and hit new game or load game or continue game.
Yeah.
But, like, since I've been playing, I haven't been playing it that much. Because I've been watching Veronica Mars.
Yeah, you've been doing other things.
I've been doing other things, so I haven't been playing it that much. But like that day, I downloaded it and played it. The day after, I played it some more, and it crashed on me.
Yeah,
and like my whole Xbox crashed. Now I've been having prior issues to my Xbox crashing, but that hadn't happened to me in like weeks where my Xbox just crashes.
Yeah. Your console's also, old, right? It's not a new console.
No, exactly.
They came out, 2012, I think?
Xbox One?
Yeah. It's been a long time. I don't think you realize how long it's been. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that people are, like, bitching about it, like, this brand new next-gen game not working on old consoles, I think is just silly.
Yeah, I think it's silly, too, and, like,
November 22nd, 2013. It's an 8-year-old console.
Yeah.
Literally an 8-year-old console.
When I pre-ordered it, I'm like, because this game was supposed to come out in April, before the next generation consoles came out.
Yeah.
When I was like, oh, this seems like would be a cool game because frickin' they had Keanu Reeves.
Well, yeah, at the time, like it was supposed to be released for everything because at the time that's when it was going to be released.
Yeah.
When the new consoles weren't even out yet, but because it got pushed back after the new consoles came out, I think they should have just pushed it back indefinitely until next year.
Yeah, they should have.
Like, given anybody who already pre-purchased a refund, and then that would have been
it. It was to a point where I forgot I pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, you pre-ordered it last year.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot. I forgot I pre-ordered it, and then you kept reminding me. Are you gonna play Cyberpunk? I'm like, you don't have that game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's just a bunch of people just complaining to complain. It doesn't work on my 13-year or my 8-year-old console. Oh, fuck! Like, go buy a new one or buy a computer. Like, fuck off.
Yeah,
it's just stupid.
It is.
It's kind of like if I had a computer that was 10 years old and I expected games that came out today to work on it. It wouldn't. It's not feasible.
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not feasible at all. But like from what I played in the game, seems like a good game.
I mean, I've seen like plenty of playthroughs with it. People playing it on streams, playing it on computer. Game looks amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Strangest part of the game, you can customize your character's dick.
Yeah.
Or vagina. Or boobs.
Yeah, or both. You can have all. I don't think you can have all three, but you can have a mixed match of different parts.
The game is gender fluid.
Literally, yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game. It plays a lot like Outer Worlds.
Well, yeah.
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same basis.
Yeah, it's an RPG.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Sometimes I wish it wasn't first person though. Sometimes I wish it was like third person, where you could actually see your character that you've created walking around doing stuff.
Yeah, that would like for a lot of people though, that would just take them out of the story of the game. That's the whole purpose of the game. The purpose of the game is not playing the actual game. It's just the story you go through in the game. So that's why they keep you in first person. So you're seeing everything. You're not seeing yourself in it because that usually just takes you out of it. Right?
For me, it doesn't really.
For some, most people it wouldn't, but that's how they design the games to go with that.
If like Red Dead Redemption was like that, I would. If Red Dead Redemption was like first person, I wouldn't be into it at all.
No, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's that type of game.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, I wouldn't be into it at all. Or if like some of my favorite games are first person, I wouldn't be. I'm more of a third person kind of player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
well, you'd love World of Warcraft. It's all third person.
you
had to press about 15 different buttons, but yeah.
See, that's too much buttons for me.
You think it is, but it's not.
I'm more of a 2-button guy.
You can get a mouse that has 15 buttons on it.
No, that's too much.
No, you just use your thumb. That's it. This is it. This is it.
It's too much. Too much for me, man. Too much for me, man.
But to the people who are complaining about this on their old consoles, saying that it's not running properly, go buy a new console or a PC. It's an 8-year-old console.
PS5.
Suck it up.
PS5 is what? $600?
$500-600. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, people.
If you're on the fence about buying it, and then you want to play this game so bad, go buy a new console or buy a new PC. Mm-hmm. Pick one. Because you're trying to run something on a 7-year-old console.
I'm gonna wait till my Visa card reaches 0.
Yeah,
and then go and find one because they're really scarce right now.
I literally watched a guy walk out of the pen with a PS5.
Really?
So,
oh, they're not that scarce.
No.
Streaming news: the new show coming called Clarice, and it's based on The Silence of the Lambs. So since it was announced that CBS was developing a sequel series to The Silence of the Lambs, many were wondering if the novel and the film's most iconic character, Hannibal Lecter, would also be making an appearance in Clarice. Creator Alex Kurtzman has confirmed that the upcoming series won't be able to feature the genius serial killer or even mention him by name due to legalities concerning the rights to the character. In addition, Kurtzman has also revealed that the other let me try that again. In addition, Kurtzman has revealed that other than Buffalo Bill, another Silence of the Lamb character will play a major part in Clarice, with Maureen Carpenter set to portray the role of Catherine Martin, the U.S. Senator's daughter who Starling rescued at the end of the novel, as well as the acclaimed film adaptation. This seems like it could be a good show.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of these movies.
Pardon?
A massive fan of these movies.
You're a massive fan of Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, Hannibal. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of that stuff. So like,
you're all in this. For Clarice.
Yeah.
I'm not a really. Pardon me. I'm not a really big fan of horror, of the horror genre.
Yeah.
At all. I like slasher movies because they don't really do too much of the jump scare stuff. Yeah. And the Silence of the Lambs movie wasn't really so much of a horror movie. It was more of a...
No, they're not even scary movies. Like, not even remotely scary. That is me, but also, like, they're not...
Well, like, they're probably not as scary.
They're psychological thrillers. They're not even classified as horror movies. Yeah.
But, like, even then, where it's just... I don't think Silence of the Lambs was never my cup of tea. I don't think it ever will be. But like for me, this is it's cool.
The thing is, I think I'll never be watching it because it's on TV. So
it might be on CBS All Access.
Yeah, I'm not paying for another streaming service.
It's $5.99.
I'm still not paying for another streaming service.
CBS All Access is not really.
I'm not gonna pay for something for one show. Like that seems a bit wasteful.
I did. CBS All Access has all the Survivor seasons on it.
Oh yeah, but see, that's not a waste for you. You like that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a show you love to watch.
Yeah.
I assume they probably update pretty frequently with new episodes when it's actually going.
No,
no,
they don't have the So CBS All Access Canada is really watered down. Like CBS All Access America. You have in the US, they have Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race,
everything basically.
Everything.
Yeah.
This CBS All Access in Canada is very watered down. Like it's like, oh, you get Survivor. Oh, that's great. Oh, you get Picard, but I get that on Crave.
Yeah, exactly right. That's why if it was coming to Crave or something, I'd probably resub to Crave to watch it. Because there's other stuff on Crave that I'll watch, but I'm not gonna sub to another thing to watch the show.
No,
I'll probably watch it online somewhere.
In one of those pirate sites.
No, that's illegal. Yeah.
But we were all pirates at one point.
Oh God, yeah. LimeWire was a thing.
Yes. And our last bit of news, Sephiroth is going to be a character on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The release date for the next DLC fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has been revealed as Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. But only if players can beat him in a challenge. People who can't beat Sephiroth in a challenge will have to wait until December 23rd. He was announced during the Game Awards that me and Derek didn't watch.
Nope.
But I only watched 5 minutes of that.
I saw the trailer for it.
I saw the that one game.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the spiritual sequel to Left 4 Dead 2. But only if players can beat him in a challenge. The people who can't beat... Okay, I already read that part. The Sephiroth reveal was one of the biggest announcements made during the Game Awards. The consensus among the fans was that a character from a popular game like Fortnite was going to make it in. Following the reveal that Steve from Minecraft was coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah.
The consensus among fans was that...
You having a stroke?
No, see, when I was copying and pasting this news article into the document, it was doing something weird where like it wouldn't highlight when I would highlight the text.
Yeah.
And I would hit Control C, it would unhighlight the text.
Oh.
But
anyways, yeah. So
Sephiroth is coming to Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah, Sephiroth is coming. Yes.
I'm not a Final Fantasy fan.
Neither am I.
Neither is Derek.
I think they are completely just over-exaggerated games. I don't think they're good in any sense of the imagination. The online multiplayer game they have that isn't too bad. Play a little bit of that, but it's also just very weird.
For what?
They have basically it's a competitor to World of Warcraft.
Oh.
They have the same type of game, but for Final Fantasy in that universe.
Yeah.
You can be catgirls. So that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was never a Final Fantasy fan.
Yeah.
Even though I grew up with Sony PlayStation.
Yes, but the thing is, we didn't have Final Fantasy over here until very late after that console came here. It was in Japan, massive over there, was not big here at all. The JRPGs were just not big here for a long time.
And I was just not a fan of I can't beat this guy because it's not my turn.
Yeah, the turn-based JRPG like that is just not... I don't find them fun. I never did. But most people don't find them fun.
But
sadists find them fun. I don't know.
What we do find fun though is the Pokemon games where it's basically we have to wait our turn to beat the guy.
Literally. It's the same goddamn thing, but it's somehow different when it's a little mouse or a dragon instead of people.
You know what that little mouse is called? Japanese Mickey.
Yeah. Yeah.
It works with Pokemon, but for some reason when we're playing Fire
or the leader of China, either one.
When we're it works for Pokemon, but for some reason when we're playing Final Fantasy, Fire Emerald, or any
Fire
of those
Emblem? Yeah.
What did I say? Emerald?
Yeah.
Emblem. Fire Emblem. When it comes to those games, me and Derek don't really like those games.
And the thing is, those games are very, very niche audience. They're not for everybody.
Yeah. I remember playing Super Smash Bros. Melee, and being like, who the fuck are Rory and Marth?
Yeah. Like last year before the Game Awards, like this podcast I was listening to, they were like trying to figure out who was going to win like Game of the Year. And like the one guy there is like just a massive JRPG fan. He's like, oh, Fire Emblem is gonna take this and this and this. And I'm like, the fuck is Fire Emblem? Because I just heard about it in that podcast. I'm like, what the hell is Fire Emblem? And I look it up and I go, that ain't gonna win anything. And then it won nothing.
No, I found out about Fire Emblem very early on because it was one of those games that was Japan only for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then it became popular in the States because of Super Smash Bros. Melee with Rory and Marth.
Melee.
But so, and Final Fantasy like became popular over here. Well, the first game was on PlayStation 1. Yes.
I wouldn't even say it was even popular over here. I would say it didn't become popular until like maybe 5 years ago.
My best friend growing up, Dimitri, he was a huge Final Fantasy fan.
I was talking about this with somebody at work. I didn't know about Final Fantasy until maybe early 2010s.
Really?
No, I had no fucking clue about those games. I'd never heard about them. I had never known anybody who played them. Nothing.
I knew about them because of my buddy Dimitri. Because like we even watched a couple of the movies that were released. Like
I didn't know there was movies till like 5 years ago.
And like really,
the Final Fantasy is a genre I'd never fucking heard of in my entire life.
And like also like Kingdom Hearts also popularized Final Fantasy over here too because it's Final Fantasy meets Disney.
Yeah, see, I never realized that. I played the crap out of Kingdom Hearts when I was younger on the PS2. I had no idea about Final Fantasy.
Your first kind of
my first like JRPG was freaking Kingdom Hearts.
Your first take in of Final Fantasy was in Kingdom Hearts, and you didn't even know. And like it's like your first like, oh, I'm battling Sephiroth. But who is Sephiroth? Like,
no idea. No idea.
He had a badass theme music though.
Oh, probably.
He does.
That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, but. I remember watching like old school YouTube videos that were like the kind of video gaming, and like because Final Fantasy, because they're cool and hip, they use Roman numerals instead of numbers.
Yeah.
So like it was like, oh hey, and then it was like animated decline of video gaming. And it was like, oh hey, they'd like make fun of video games and stuff. And it's like, oh hey, the new Final Fantasy game's out. It's like, oh, which one? And then they pull it, and it's like Final Fantasy XVIIIV XY. And it was just like, oh,
it's
man.
It's like half the alphabet, yeah.
And they would make fun. Oh, it was so funny because they would make fun of like one hit wonder like handheld game like oh, I got this new like game console, and it was like a handheld and. Like, oh, this is gonna be super fun, and then it's like, but it's like a one-hit wonder device.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sephiroth is gonna be a part of the roster.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't play Nintendo anymore.
I haven't had a Nintendo console since the Game Boy Color. That's not even technically a Nintendo console.
This news might be great for you guys.
Yeah, for us, it's like I know it's probably big news for a lot of people, but it's not for me. I haven't played a Nintendo game in years.
Me either.
Technically, Pokemon Go is Nintendo, so.
Technically, Pokemon Go is Nintendo. Yes. Technically, that's the only Nintendo game I do play.
Technically, yeah. Sort of that now.
Speaking of Pokemon Go, this is not really news. This is not in our segment of news. We're done our news. I just wanted to add this little bit at the end. There is an event going on in Pokemon Go right now, and for the North American players, you can catch Mr. Mime.
Woo.
He's not. You can only catch him if you do the research task.
Oh.
He's not a wild Pokemon, which I think they should have made him a wild Pokemon.
There's no reason not to.
No, there's no reason not to.
Right.
I mean, when the Farfetch'd event happened, they did release Farfetch'd all in the wild. But not for Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mr. Mime is now available for North American Pokemon Go players, as well as Registeel if you're for raid battles.
Yep.
So
there you go.
December is going to be a boring. December looks like it's going to be a boring month for Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do any big events because it's Christmas. It's the holiday season. But like
they might have something closer to Christmas. Who knows?
Maybe Delibird is going to be an available Pokemon to catch. and he's basically the Pokemon's version of Santa.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it for that's it for us. But wait, there is more. We can't forget about on this day in film and television history. And on this day in 1971, Stanley Kubrick's X-rated classic film, and I say X-rated because it was X-rated, A Clockwork Orange, based on the book by Anthony Burgess and starring Malcolm McDowell, premieres. Malcolm McDowell, you might remember from being in, he was in the new Halloween movies as the psychiatrist or the old guy.
Yeah.
So that was his role. Also, Jake Gyllenhaal turns 40 today. Who knew?
Nice. But let's say in video games, 35 years ago, Bomberman came to the NES.
Ooh, Bomberman.
You remember Bomberman? Dropped bombs and like destroy shit. You remember that?
No. See, like I didn't really start playing video games. Like I said, when we were talking about Sephiroth, I didn't PlayStation, man.
Oh, Bomberman is like one of those just like cultural things where like most people know exactly who it is. You'd run around and just drop bombs and try not to die from other bombs.
Oh, okay, cool,
yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like that. There you go. I'm showing him a picture.
Yeah. Right on.
35 years ago, that game came out.
Well, that's a weird ad.
Huh? What? What is it?
Any man can last 2.5 hours.
I mean, at some point, it's just gonna fall off, right?
Try doing this tonight. Anyway, that's yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, with on this day done, our news done, and talking about ourselves is now finished. We are now going to plug some stuff.
Yeah.
You can find me on any social media platform at agingerfin92.
Yeah. You can find me on everything at King Derek.
Anything else? Oh, you can also follow the podcast on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Simply on Twitter, A Brew for Two. Instagram, A Brew for Two podcast, and on Facebook, simply type in the search bar, A Brew for Two.
Yep.
And with that being said, all our plugs are now done, so we are now done. And good night, everybody.
See ya.